What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're going to be making classic bacon cheeseburgers on the Blackstone. Let's do it.
Mr. Worldwide. It's like deja vu, baby.
Alright, go over the ingredients. We've got potato rolls. We've got center cut thick sliced bacon. We've got Colby Jack cheese slices. And we've got 4 80/20 ground chuck burgers pre-made from Publix. Thank you very much, Publix. I appreciate that. They are seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic. And you see the spoon there. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that a little bit later. And then a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. And those are our ingredients. So we're going to turn on the griddle, and check the temperature. It's pretty high at this moment. Just being honest here, I don't normally have my temperature on high when I cook bacon. I kind of had a little brain, you know what, and thought that high was low and low was high on the knobs. Don't ask me why. I've been cooking on this thing for 6 months straight, at least once a week. And not sure why, but I thought I had it on low here because it was getting hot. You can see the smoke, but I did not. But guess what? Everything came out great. It just came out a little bit quicker than usual. So anyway, putting the bacon down, nice even strips. You can see this is beautiful bacon. I'll put the kind in the description below. We got 8 nice thick slices here, and that's it. They look nice. They're sizzling because it's on high. They're smoking and they're cooking. So we'll get them to where they need to be. And then there's always one that's just a little bit off. Seems like that in life. And this is one of them. It just doesn't look like the other ones, and it's giving me a hard time here, but you know what? It tastes just as good. So normally I put the bacon down at about medium to medium high. This is obviously high, so we're going to turn them a little bit quicker. I do normally turn my bacon often anyway, so it's not like I walked away for 5 minutes and came back to find them scorched. So we're just going to turn them a little bit quicker than usual, which is now. So here we go. You can see they're not getting scorched. It's all good. It's smelling great. You can hear the sizzle. And this is going to be clutch for our classic bacon cheeseburger. We'll put the little guy over the other side. Right side of my griddle gets hotter than the left. Don't know why, but that's how it works. So not sure if it's like that on all of them, to be honest with you, so you got to check on your own. And bacon's a great way to test that out. You can see kind of where, you know, if you have both knobs turned to the same heat temperature wise, and you know, if one side's cooking hotter than the other. I also find that the center of this griddle gets hotter as well. That's definitely a hot spot. So center hot, right side warmer than the left, and outside and up is actually the coolest part. So that's kind of what I've learned with this griddle. There we go. Flip it again. In my head, just so y'all know, I'm thinking, man, these are cooking quick. I think I have it on low. In my head, I actually think I have it on low. And you can see the smoke coming off it. But they look great. All right, give it another flip. So we get them all flipped. You can see that they're not really getting burned at this point, but they are definitely cooking quickly. They're starting to curl up. So I do have a bacon press, but I rarely pull it out, to be honest with you. Every once in a while I try to use it, but I usually just use a spatula. So you can see here where I spread them apart. I actually turned off the left burner because it was getting hot, and removed everything from the center because those were getting a little too crispy. You can see the right side still smoking, and I moved the ones that were not quite cooked yet to the right. The ones on the left are pretty much done, and we are about ready to go. So I'll give them one more flip. You can see the sizzling coming through the top. That's when you know bacon's done. You see that white sizzling. And again, just like anything, if you don't like it crispy, then take it off early. If you like it crispy, leave it on for another minute. But these are ready, so they are time to come off. The neighbors are getting anxious. So bacon is done, it's ready. Here we go, coming off the griddle. Part 1 done. Time for part 2. Okay, here's what I do with the spoon. It's not a big secret. A lot of people do it. You can use your thumb as well. You just indent the middle of the burgers, concave them a little bit, so when they do cook, it kind of fills that part out. If you don't do that, a lot of times what will happen is they'll just turn into a big fat meatball looking burger or a really small looking burger, and that's not what you want. You want it to look kind of like it was when you shaped them. So that's it, not a big deal. So we put our burgers down. I crank it back up because I turned it down after I took off the bacon because it was so dang hot. But it's still hot, so just turning it back on. Now I have it on medium heat, and I will put down the burgers. Now with burgers, typically you want to cook these at high heat, at least medium to high heat, because I put salt, pepper, and garlic on both sides. You want to bring it to room temperature before you put it down on the griddle. So you don't want to lower the heat on the griddle. You want it to cook nice and pretty quickly, actually. You want to get that crusty sear on the outside, pretty much like cooking a steak. That's the whole reason why, you know, you put salt and pepper on a steak beforehand, before you put it down at high temperature. You want to salt that outside. I'm sorry, crisp that outside, and that's going to keep all the juices inside. So you want a nice juicy burger. So here we go. It's down. It's hot. You can see the sizzling. We're going to let this go for probably about 3 minutes. And then we're going to turn them. And then same thing on the other side, 3 or 4 minutes. And they shouldn't take much longer than about 7-8 minutes to cook the whole thing. Now these are pretty big burgers. They're probably about a half pound, or not a half, probably third pound each. So you can see that first crusty sear. Same there, and again, they're pretty fat. So what we'll probably end up doing here is covering them a little bit just to get the inside nice and cooked, which is what you should do anyway. So we turn them, and here I put Worcestershire sauce. I usually do that before I turn them. I just forgot. Again, one of those days. I think high is low and low is high, so it doesn't matter. It still tastes good. It's good for flavor. And that's it. We turn them, put the Worcestershire sauce, and let them cook for another 3 minutes. We'll close the lid. Okay, another 2-3 minutes have gone by. We're going to check the bottoms. Oh yeah, look at that. They're getting nice and crispy. Again, I turned it back on high, this time intentionally, because we want them to crisp on the outside. We want that nice crust exterior. Here you want to check the doneness. They've already been on for about 6 minutes, so I'm just kind of pressing down in the middle to see if they're done or not. They're almost there. Obviously, the firmer when you press, the more done they are. So, depending on how you want them done, you check them now. Like I said before, decided to go with the dome to make sure the inside was cooked, because I was pressing down and you can see that red coming out. That means it's a little too raw. So really just another minute or so with the dome, and that was pretty much all it needed. Alright, these are ready to put the cheese on. I'm going to spread them out just a tad and check them one more time. They're good to go. So we're going to put some Colby Jack slices of cheese. I love this cheese. It melts so nice. It's nice and gooey. It's got a great taste to it, and it is great for bacon cheeseburgers. So we're gonna put them down, get them a little closer together again, but you don't want them touching, because then you're gonna have the cheese all in the cheese. And then we're gonna just close the lid for about a minute, and that's it. And after a minute, you can see the gooiness of the cheese. I mean, look at that beautiful color that's dripping on the grill. I mean, these things look amazing. So that's it. They're done. They're ready to come off the grill. I turned off the left side just because you don't want to scorch the bottoms, but just to melt the cheese and cover the lid, that's all you need, really. Take them off. You can see the size of these things. They're big burgers. Look at the dripping cheese. Alright, part 2 is done. Now part 3. This is a real simple cook here. Now we're just toasting the buns. Here's the potato rolls. I pre-buttered them on the inside only. We don't want them super greasy or buttery for that matter, just on the inside. So we're just going to put them down. I cleaned the grill, as you can tell. It takes literally a minute with the paint scraper. A little bit of water, clean it up. And you don't want them looking all nasty. You want them nice and clean looking. So that's it. We put them down. This you do want high heat for, because you don't want to sit there all day. It toasts pretty quickly. It literally takes about a minute to get these nice and toasty. So, and the cool thing is that the bottoms get nice and toasty, but the tops are really soft. So here we go. They're coming off. Look at that. Ugh, beautiful. That's it. Part 3. It was that easy, and time to take them inside and build our classic bacon cheeseburgers. Woo-hoo-wee! Look at that big fat bacon cheeseburger. Just in time for 4th of July, which is this week. So, real easy meal to make. If you're having friends over, little barbecue, throw this on the Blackstone and nobody's gonna complain, because it is awesome, let me tell you. So, we are gonna have a quick bite. Mayonnaise on the bottom, mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup, pickles on the top. That's the way I like it. You guys make it however you want. That's what's so cool about this. Let's top it real quick and hope it doesn't fall apart. Oh, big fat cheeseburger. Let me give it a bite. Mmm. Mmm, mmm, mmm. Oh, 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 oh. Mm, mm. That's when you know it's good, when you gotta wipe like 3 or 4 times. Mmm. Muy bueno. What can I say? Thank you so much for everybody's comments. I love them. Keep them coming. Subscribing, liking, commenting, and we'll keep on cooking. Big Cat out.